What's up guys, I hope you are all doing well today, and for today's video we have a very meaty subject to talk about, and that is the fact that Nintendo has teased more big announcements coming very relatively soon, and this comes after the announcement that Tears of the Kingdom unfortunately will not be at PAX East, and many people are just looking at the recent Direct and all the big stuff that Nintendo's been dropping left and right, and the collective argument has been that if Nintendo's dropping all this stuff now and Zelda's coming in May, and we hardly know anything past Tears of the Kingdom, they must not have a really big lineup coming up. And the thing is, Doug Bowser recently just had an interview that might have just debunked all of that speculation. In this interview, they talk about future Switch games, the $70 price point for Zelda, and even more so, the possibility of another Switch. So let's get into it. So one of the things that Doug Bowser was asked about was how did they get to the $70 price point for the upcoming Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom? And this is what he had to say. We look at what the game has to offer. I think fans will find this an incredibly full, deeply immersive experience. The price point reflects the type of experience that fans can expect when it comes to playing this particular game. This isn't a price point that we'll necessarily have on all our titles. It's actually a fairly common pricing model either here or in Europe or other parts of the world, where the pricing may vary depending on the game itself. He then goes on to say that they do have sales goals for the new Zelda game, but they aren't ready to really talk about those just yet. But it's really interesting that he talks about this because he says that the $70 price point is reflective of what we can expect to play in this game. Nintendo really hasn't gone in depth about this game. It's not coming to PAX East. Nintendo has confirmed that. And so far, we've only seen minimal changes to the base overworld and the sky world and the tease of the underground. Not a whole lot of new, and the fact that he is so boldly defending this tells me that Nintendo has to be hiding something. They have to be hiding something huge for this game. And not even just that, I think that Nintendo just might be holding everything so close to the chest because they want us to experience it ourselves. We spent years exploring this familiar world of Hyrule. A great way to recreate that sense of awe and wonder is don't show how the world's changed. Let us, the players, go out and see how the world has changed. That's one way I could definitely see them doing that. But another question that Doug Bowser was asked was about the next Nintendo system. Next gen, when is it coming? When is it happening? And unfortunately, I've been saying this, I don't think it's happening this year or the next. Nintendo wanted 10 years of a life cycle out of the Nintendo Switch, and Doug Bowser, I think, just defended that. So here's what he had to say. The question was, when is the next Switch coming out? What kind of features or new capabilities would you like to see? And this is what he had to say. As we enter the 7th year for the Nintendo Switch, sales are still going strong. I think we still have a very strong lineup coming. As Mr. Furukawa said recently, we're entering uncharted territory with the platform. It's exciting to see that demand is still there, so nothing to announce on any future console or device, but we are still feeling very bullish about Nintendo Switch. I should be very careful about what I would like to see, but what I can share is that one of the reasons that even going into year 7 we feel very confident that the Switch can have a strong performance over the next few years is that it is still truly that unique device that you can play in a variety of ways, at home or on the go. One of the things we look at always is how we can surprise and delight, how we can introduce new unique ways of playing. That's always in front of our mind. So there you have it, guys. Doug Bowser just said, this is the president of Nintendo of America, just said verbatim, we're going into year 7 confident. We are going in confident that this current system can still carry us through for the next few years. And that doesn't really surprise me because in 2 months, the biggest, most anticipated game of all time is finally coming out. The sequel to Breath of the Wild, the game that launched Nintendo Switch, is coming out finally. And for everyone out there who's saying Switch Pro is happening, Switch Pro is happening, Switch Pro is happening, I don't deny that the next system exists. It does. I do believe it. The next system, the next Switch, it exists. But is it coming this year? Absolutely not. And Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser just said it. Verbatim just said it. And for every one of you out there who thinks that it's happening, call me bold, but I really do believe that this time next year, we're going to be sitting here still having the same discussion. Is the Switch Pro still happening? Is the Switch Pro still happening? And I don't really think it is, guys. I really don't. I know people want a system with more power. I really do get that. But I would like to pose the question, why do you want more power? Is it because you want the games to look on par with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and all these newer consoles? Because as far as I'm concerned, you can have a great console with a great power, but the games be absolute trash. And the thing is, Nintendo really hasn't cared much about power. Of course, they want their games to look as great as possible, but they care about fun. And when I think of Zelda, when I think of Metroid, when I think of Mario, I think of fun. Yeah, the games look great, but they're a lot of fun to play. They're very fun, they're very engaging. As far as I'm concerned, as long as the games continue to be that way on the Switch, cool. Let the Switch carry them for the next couple of years like they want. Doug Bowser also answered questions regarding the Mario movie. I'll leave the whole interview down in the description below, but the thing is, he just basically said it. There is no Switch Pro happening this year. There isn't. There really isn't. And the fact that he is defending the $70 price point for Tears of the Kingdom, a game that Nintendo is holding very close to the chest, suggests to me that it's probably one of the biggest experiences that Nintendo has ever created, period. Breath of the Wild was already one of the biggest ones that they've ever created, and the fact that they've taken that and they've added so much to it tells me that we are in for a real treat come May 12th. So I want to know what you all think in the comments below. Do you still agree with the $70 price point? Do you still think a Switch Pro is happening? Comment below and let me know, and please, let's start a discussion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching, and until the next time, everyone, take care.